Get in there! 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 1-2-1, Manchester United. Get in there! Get in there! We move on to third. Big up to Sean for joining us. We made hard work of it. First half was absolute disgrace. Michael Carrick made a fantastic team talk. It must have been. He must have shouted at them because they came back a different team. They came back a different team in the second half. Everything, we done it quicker. The passing was a lot quicker. Going direct to goal was a lot quicker. We were not fapping about. The passing improved. The physicality improved. The intensity improved. Then Manchester United get the build, the penalty, red card all day, every day. And you know what? Should have had another penalty. Because their wing back, Munoz, knees him at the back of the knee. And that's another penalty. Referee waving it along like some muppet. If that would have gone too far, that would have been a second penalty. But get in there. Carrick's team talk. I put out the tweet. I said, this is the most important team talk of Carrick's interim. Because we can beat Arsenal, we can beat City, we can beat Liverpool, we can beat Chelsea. But can we beat bogey team like Crystal Palace at home, where the first half, it was all them? Can we do that? We did it. So big up to Michael Carrick, big up to the players in the second half, but the first half, they were a disgrace. Sean, talk to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like today you're finally feeling you're feeling the giddy bug, right? No, then you sound like you're believing in the
I'm
mission.
not. No, Sean, I'm
No?
not. I'm giddy because it's Crystal Palace, and I don't know if you realised, but have you know their record at Old Trafford? Their record in the last 5 to 6 years has been tremendous. In Manchester, whether it's at City or Liverpool, they beat. So whether it's at City or United, they do well here. So
Yeah, yeah.
I've been
And
to many games at Old Trafford where Crystal Palace have got a last-minute
I
draw or
know, I
beat us
know,
2-1. So that's
I
why I'm
know,
excited. That's
I
the reason
know.
why. Because they are a fucking bogey team. And I'm
Yes,
glad
yes.
that we put them to bed in the second half. Go on.
And we've been in the wilderness for the 5 or 6 year period that you're talking about, right? But now Carrick has brought us into the promised land. And I've been telling people, right, that we're going on an unbeaten run from the moment Carrick set foot at the door the second time till the end of the season. We're going to collect 3 points from any and everybody. And it is true that the first half was really bad. It was poor. It was the worst first half under Michael Carrick, I think, or under his tenure. But I think once the second half started, whether it was the team talk or whatever, we just had wave after wave after wave of attacking moves of attacks, and I think ultimately it resulted in a harsh tackle by the Crystal Palace defender and the red card, which basically changed the game. I think the only thing I would say negative is that I wish we had scored more goals. Like honestly, I wish we had like this game. We're supposed to turn it into like a 4-4-1, 3-1, 5-1 route because that was what was called for. And we did have chances. I think we created a few chances. We just didn't score. But I think this team is starting to believe its own hype. Obviously, that's a double-edged sword in the sense that, believing your own hype can sometimes make you careless, which I think I saw some of today. I saw some carelessness from the players, in general. But at the same time, believing your own hype means, your confidence too, and you're able to, hang in there, remain assured, basically what you're trying to do, and ultimately we pulled it off. I think we're having a fantastic, fantastic second half of the season. I'm really proud of the team. I'm really happy for Sesko, that he was able to get a goal today. And there's a lack of quality, I think I would say, in the squad. But obviously there's enough quality, I think, for us to have a really good season. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people might think that I'm getting giddy, but I've been warning about the disgraceful performances against West Ham and against Everton. I've been warning about it. I've been talking about it constantly, and people keep calling me negative. And today you saw it again. You can't switch these things on and off. No physicality in the first half. No intensity in the first half. The passing was one of the worst. I got my sister. My sister went to the game today. My sister's texting me saying, "What the hell is this? Why are you sending me there instead?" Right? So she's like, "Great. with 4 minutes and they score. And for large parts of that first half, there was only one team in it. And that team that played on Thursday, a team who's got such a small squad, Crystal Palace, that has played a lot of games this season because of the Europa Conference. But yet again, Manchester United had to come out and show, and that's why I'm giving credit to Carrick. I'm giving because I can only imagine what that it was. But the first half performance is not sustainable. The performance against Everton is not sustainable. The performance against West Ham is not sustainable. So for me today, I'm just happy that, and I'm lucky, and I'm glad that we beat Palace because there's a lot of history with Palace. A lot of history, jamming it at Old Trafford. So I'm just praying that the boys can kick on and go to Newcastle and actually say to Newcastle, you come on, have a go and hit them on the counter. That's what we need to do. Different type of game away from home against Newcastle is a difficult game traditionally. I expect Manchester United to go there and go to Newcastle. Go on then, take the ball, do what you want to do. We're going to go and play with physicality, intensity, and we're going to play the similar game that we played against Arsenal, similar play against Man City. We're going to turn this into an intensity and a physical game. That's what I hope and pray Manchester United do. But if they turn out in the first half performance against Newcastle the way it was today and the way it was against West Ham and Everton, it's going to be a good night, Vienna. It's going to be back to life, back to reality, ASAP. But today, Michael Carrick, credit has to give. I've questioned him, and I will continue to question him because I judge things, coaches, by games, in-game management. I thought in the second half, Manchester United came out. The ball was moving a lot quicker. We were not messing about. There was no misplaced passment. There were second balls we were winning. We made it a physical challenge, and I thought the penalty and the red card came from because of the intensity. I don't know. I think who played the ball straight into Cunha's feet. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Masraoui. So big up to Masraoui. Carrick must have told him,
It was
get
Bruno.
the ball into his feet.
It was Bruno. Yeah, it was Bruno.
Big up to Bruno. Great chat, great pass. Because for me, the ball needed to go forward a lot quicker. And I'm grateful that it went. For all of you lot who were having a go at Sesko in the first half, know nothing about fucking football. Manchester United were not in the game other than maybe 7 to 8 minutes, right? In that first half. And they had no control. Midfield had no control. We were not going wide enough and crossing the ball. And he won one header, I think, from a Bruno or somebody crossed the ball to him. He won one header in that first time. Second half, long as we put the quality balls into the box or quality services around him, he will finish one of them. And he did that. So big up to Sesko. Big up for staying calm and taking his goal fantastically well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sesko took his goal well, but to me, in my opinion, I think we definitely saw like his limitations basically as a footballer, as a 20-year-old or 21-year-old, however old he is footballer. I think you can see why, in my opinion, and I think that's what Carrick thinks as well. The ideal starting 11 has Mbeumo up front. I think Sesko is far from the finished product. I think we all know that. He has a lot of potential, but his minutes need to be managed. And I think we saw a good return from him today in that he made himself busy. He got a goal. He got an important goal. And he came off, with a few minutes to go so that I might to play. I think he also saw some of the, should I say, structural weaknesses in the team. So I think Dalot had an average performance today. He had one of these absent-minded performances today. Luke Shaw, wasn't really doing much and ultimately came off injured, in a way that might cost the team in the future. I think Lenny Yoro is also a young prospect, but he's really young and he's far from the finished product as well. I think Euro has a lot of improving to do, and Kobe Mino and Casemiro, like in midfield, like they have an obvious weakness in the sense that they can't get around the pitch quickly and with a lot of pace or energy. And I felt like that was really obvious in the first half. Like the game just passed both of them by, and they had to go out wide in a way they wanted to get on the ball. Um, and up front, like the pressing was off, like in the first half, like the pressing between Sesko, Cunha, and Buemo, Cunha and Bruno were swapping for some reason. So sometimes Cunha would be the supporting number nine, and Bruno will be out on the left. Sometimes it would be in Buemo. I think I understand what Carrick is trying to do. The United team that he played in, that's what they did. But I don't know if these players have it down pat just yet. So, I think this team has enough in them to concede possession in ways that might make us uncomfortable. Sorry, but yet still defend and put teams to bed basically in attack. And I think that means that there will be large swaths of game where it looks like the other team is building some momentum, but we have enough quality on the bench, on the pitch, up front, basically to see us through games, and I think today was one of them. So, I'm pleased, man. 3 points in the bag, honestly, and the train continues. A long way continue.
Big up, Sean. Big up, Sean. Go ahead, Ben. Talk to me. What did you think of the first half in contrast to the second half? I thought there was a big contrast, but go ahead, Ben. Tell me how you saw the game. Did you watch all of it, yeah?
Oh yes, bro, 100%. First things first. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sean. Good afternoon, Nerdin. Afternoon, the chat man. Solidarity and love to the people of Iran. Fucking shocking scenes in Iran, and solidarity and love to the people of Dubai as well, and other places that have been affected too. Um, and yeah, look, it's dark times, bro. What's going on in the world, man? But just we got two people who think they rule the whole world, and we've been gaslighted, we've been blinded for centuries, for decades, and it's all coming out now that Israel and the United States is Trump fucker, and this Netanyahu. Then there needs to be something taken care of, man, because they're not going to stop, and it's just gonna keep
Yeah,
getting
well,
worse.
I mean, I don't want the record to be like the way said anything, but Ayatollah Khamenei, and the Iranian religious extremists basically have brutally tortured and murdered their own people. There are lots of
Oh
Iranians
yeah,
who are celebrating
100%,
in the street,
100%, 100%.
right?
Like yeah,
Okay.
100%. But it's what they're doing is just you know both for both sides now. Like I'm analyzing from both sides. It still shouldn't be happening, man. Like there should be internal discussions and meetings, and like right now, what we're seeing right now is just beyond over the
I
roof
don't,
right
I
now.
don't, I don't disagree. I think Trump is obviously extremely irresponsible, and
Facts.
I think the idea that he can just, disregard any pretense of because international law has always been a pretense, right? But
Facts.
that pretense is necessary for us to at least maintain the veneer of civilization, and for you to just do away with it completely and just, suggest that because you have the bigger weapon, you can go
Exactly.
into somebody's country and kill their leaders. I think that sets a
Exactly.
dangerous precedent, but
Yeah.
let's not be twisted about, I guess, the victims, so-called victims in this case. I think the Iranian people obviously deserve to have leaders that don't torture them in the street and encourage religious freedom and that let women express themselves and vote and drive and all that stuff.
Exactly. I mean, there's people
I'm not gonna,
celebrating it.
Ben. I'm not gonna comment on Sean's CIA pirating points. I'm not gonna comment because I'm not accepting any of that bullshit. I'm not accepting that.
Yeah. I'll get onto the game. I'll get onto the game.
Women, people get persecuted in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, in Bahrain. The US is not bombing them. So, Sean, give it a fucking rest, will you? Please give it a fucking rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest.
Yeah.
Iran are not doing something more extraordinary than evil, because that to me is a point blank CIA fucking talking point, and I don't want to hear about it. Ben, talk to me about the game.
Yeah. But anyway, solidarity and love to the people around there. Yes. Onto the game. First half. Well,
and I also noticed he's not mentioned nearly 200 fucking kids who've been murdered by Israeli and US bombs. So let's not go there, Ben. But please, I just want to put
100%
certain context, yeah, to right. If it was about dictatorship, it was about US and Israel caring about Iranian people. That is fucking laughable. That is laughable as it fucking gets. So let's not give it, but just talk to me about the game.
Yeah. Big up, man. Big up, man. Yeah, solidarity and love to the children who've been bombed by Netanyahu and Trump. Yeah, look onto the game. Sesko, I'm glad he started. Well done, Carrick. Lineup, I really wasn't too fussed in the lineup, except for maybe Shaw. I would rather probably have Maz instead of Shaw, because Shaw's been sticking out the gaff recently. And that proved, because the first half was absolutely abysmal. Sloppy passes, we just couldn't get a hold of the game. They came out at us, bro, and I was kind of shocked. I thought they were very fit. Uh, and they only just played Thursday night as well. So look, first 25 minutes it was all Crystal Palace. And from the 25th minute onwards, we started taking control of the game. And I think partially one of the reasons why we took control of the game was because Shaw came off for Mazraoui. We looked more structured with Mazraoui for the defense. Mazraoui was not leaving his man at all, whereas Luke Shaw was just constantly. You can even tell when he was sitting down on the floor, he was out of breath. He just could not keep up with the intensity with Munoz. Couldn't keep up with the intensity with I don't know what you call the striker for Larson. Yeah, him. Bro, like this guy just needs to get the fuck out of our club, man. McDonald's, man. I've said it, bro. He's been here for a decade, man, and it's embarrassing. And yeah, people even said Mass is fasting too. Like, Mass should be fucking struggling to keep up the intensity instead of Shaw. But look, this is where Shaw is right now. He just needs to get out. So yeah, first half shocking, not enough chances. Very sloppy. And whenever obviously the first half went, I said, right, this is a big decision for Michael Carrick. He needs to go into that dressing room and say, boys, just stop taking too many touches. Just keep once you get the ball, pass and go, pass and go, pass and go, pass and go. Move. Stop being static. I thought Manu and Cass should have been a wee bit more further up on the field instead of more trusting each other in terms of like if he goes up, then I'm going to be leaving him exposed. Like I think we just needed we're just a wee bit too. We give Crystal Palace too much respect in the first half because we thought they were going to be tired after playing Thursday. So look, Carrick came out the second half. The second half looked really good. Really good. Moved the ball way quicker. Maz, like I said, Maz made a really big difference in that second half. Cass was decent as well. Maguire was absolutely solid as well. The first goal, I think, that Crystal Palace scored, people are going to say to me, look, you're being too harsh for a kid, but this is Sunday League level of defending set pieces. Euro should be way stronger. Yes, he's still young. He still needs to develop. He shouldn't be starting games. But I'm sorry, you have to show a bit of strength. You can't be losing your fucking man. He's too busy eye watching. Sorry, ball watching, and he's not keeping an eye on his man. So look, I don't want to get too much into Euro. Thought he had a poor game, but look, onto the second half, way better. Move the ball quick. I was Sesko. People get into the comments saying Sesko was shocking, bro. Sesko wasn't even getting enough service, man, and I'm glad he got that goal, bro. Because anyone who disrespected Sesko, man, in the second half and the game in general, you can all hold that, man, because that is a striker's goal, man. Brilliant finish, and well done to Cunha, man. Like I thought Cunha was kind of poor today, but he did quite well. Obviously, bringing down the penalty. Bruno took it well with the penalty, and with the subs as well. Look, I was kind of questioning Carrick in terms of why take off Sesko. Why did you take off Cunha? Obviously with I thought Cunha was poor out of the whole lot. The whole front three, but look, I mean, maybe he's just trying to protect Sesko for Newcastle because that's a different kettle of fish. That game. So look, thought Carrick did manage the game well. Tactics, spot on. I think the only tactic I can criticize him is when we're building up, when we know they're down to 10 men. The most basic tactic you can give as a coach is instead of building up with a 3, build up with a 2. All the time I seen Maz, Maguire, and Euro building up, but bro, you're basically it's 3 against 1 because they only had one attacker. Why not send Maz up with Cunha or put Euro into the midfield? Like what's the word I'm looking for? Overload the midfield, overload like the width, whatever you want to fucking do, bro. Because Maguire and if Maguire gets caught, then Euro's there. Like if Euro gets caught, then Maguire's there. Like I just didn't really understand the whole like building up a 3
I think
when we
I
knew
think it
that.
makes a huge difference, like having Micha available or not. Like
Yeah,
having
100%.
someone who can
Yeah.
step into midfield and actually like thread passes
Yeah.
through, it makes a huge
Well,
difference.
yeah.
I think Carrick has to find at least two solutions in my opinion. One is a solution for the midfield. I just don't. I think this Casemiro and Kobe
Yeah.
midfield pairing is the ideal starting midfield. But I
Yes.
think sometimes the bravery that he shows with making subs with Sesko, I think Ugarte needs to be trusted more, or he needs to find another
Yeah, I
solution.
agree. I agree. Yeah.
But I think we need legs in that midfield.
Yeah.
Somebody who can cover ground basically and make up for
Le- le-
the lack of pace in there. And then up front, I think Carrick is his best management so far is of Sesko, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because I don't think Sesko is the player that can lead the line yet for us. I think that responsibility, in my opinion, should be on Mbuemo right
What
now.
evidence do you have for that argument, Sean? Because in the first half, Manchester United were not in anywhere in control of that first half. So for him to be able to lead the line for us, they couldn't even get the ball to him. I think he had 7
Right,
touches in that first half. So
right.
that's a team issue. That's a midfield issue. Midfield lost control. We were giving the ball away. Both fullbacks are giving the ball away like his food and drink,
Shock.
right? Literally water, just giving it all away, right?
Right.
So how can and midfield were not getting hold of the ball? Kobe was giving the ball away. Casemiro's playing some weird around the corner passes
So
with his back heel.
I
That was
understand what
nowhere.
you're
So
saying, right?
how can you say that Sesko cannot lead a line?
Yeah,
I'm looking in
you're
that
asking me
first half.
you're asking me the question. Let me answer, right? So there are so many dimensions to what I'm saying. The one I will start with is that like your point is a bit of a red herring, right? The idea that to be a striker means you're supposed to just be fed, right? The responsibility is just to be make yourself available and people should just find
Sean, we
you.
couldn't even get the ball to him. We
Right.
couldn't even
Let,
put the ball
let,
to
let
him.
me let me make, I understand what you're saying. Right. That's part of it, right? Part of being a striker is having players who can get the ball to you. That is true. Right. That is one part of being a striker. Another part of being a striker, as we saw from Sesko, right? I think if you look at the last two games, the games where he scored goals, he had the exact same chance twice. In one instance, he looked lethal. In the game against Fulham, he had the same chance twice. The chance he scored, he had it again. I think in the last game as well, he got the same chance as soon as he came on twice, and one attempt was lethal. He scored. The other one kind of like was a dud. I think that's who Sesko is right now at this stage of his development. He's coming here as a 20-year-old striker. He's not Wayne Rooney, right? He's not the kind of person who is going to
Sean, I've
just
got
get you.
breaking news for you, Sean. I've got breaking news for you. He's been a professional since like 18th birthday.
Facts.
Like, and I
Yes,
don't
yes,
like this guy's 17. I remember watching him 17 in a preseason tour against Liverpool, playing for Leipzig, one of the Leipzigs. I think it might
sure,
be in Austrian Leipzig. So
sure.
it's not like he's somebody who's come out of reserve football. He's been playing
Yeah,
international
but
and
but but no,
playing
but no
competitive
one
Bundesliga
said that.
football. So what are we
But
doing
no
here,
one saying
Sean?
he came out of
Stop trying to
no one saying
make
he came
him
out of
out like
reserves.
he's some guy who just come out of some academy and come to
I
Manchester
don't know
United. What are we doing here?
where you're hearing
What are
that.
we doing here?
I don't know where you're
He's
hearing that.
playing on
Sesko got
today in that first half. You might be right on the larger thing that he needs time to get used to English football, the physicality of the Premier League, the pace of the
so what are
Premier
we
League.
then
But
disagreeing about now?
listen, on today's first half performance, Sesko knelt nothing wrong with what he did.
Nothing wrong.
Absolutely nothing. It was everything but the people that you want to protect in the team. All of them, Mbemo, Cunha, Bruno,
Protect who?
Casemiro, Kobe, were
Protect
woeful.
who? All I'm simply
Bullied off
saying
the ball.
all I'm
They were
simply
getting
saying
bullied
is
on the
that
second
it's
ball.
okay
There was
for
no
Sesko to play for
intensity.
60 or 70 minutes.
There was
Like what are we
no
disagreeing
way of
there?
winning the second ball. So stop blaming him and saying it's about him.
No
Today,
one
that
no
first
one was
half
blaming
was
him.
not about him. It was not
No,
about him. You
no
had
one
to
was
get the
blaming
ball to
him.
him. And I'll tell you how many chances he had today. I'll tell you. It's exactly the same as the top strikers in the history of the Premier League have had. They always need at least 4 strikers to convert one. Sorry, 4 chances to convert one. That is the average scoring rate in the last 20-something years in the Premier League. You need at least 3 to 4
Yes,
chances
which is
for
why
you to
I'm
be able
okay
to
with
convert.
Sesko
And
getting
today
60 to 70 minutes.
He
Right.
converted one where it was there and he made the space and it was a brilliant header for the winner. So
No,
I don't want
it was
to
a
hear
brilliant
about
header.
him being about nothing to do with it. The team were absolutely dreadful, especially the midfield and the 2 wide players. and Bruno. They were woeful. They couldn't get the ball in. We were getting bopped by fucking Palace at home. Getting bopped from
That's
one side to the other.
that's that's what's known as a non sequitur, right? Because you're making a point that is valid but completely irrelevant to the point that I'm making, right? So I don't disagree with you that the team struggles with getting the ball up to a striker. Like, yeah, sure, no shit. I'm saying the striker that we need to lead the line, right? I'm glad that Sesko has somebody else physically to bounce off in Mbuemo, somebody else to take more of the 9 to 5 burden, right? I'm glad that Sesko is making his bones right now as somebody who is able to come on for 30 to 40 minutes a game, or the game where he starts for 60 to 70 minutes and score goals. I'm glad that Sesko also accepts that place as a young striker who knows his place and is hungry and is willing to fight instead of coming like he has earned something at United. I'm saying that like the responsibility that Bremo should carry as somebody who has been in the league for longer than Sesko, for as somebody who has played that role at another team in the Premier League, Brentford. Basically, he has played the role of the leading man. He has gone through iterations of his team where he had Ivan Toney, and Ivan Toney left, and Sesko needed to step up physically. And sorry, Bremo needed to step up, and he did. So I'm all I'm saying is that we have more mature, I think, players in the squad, and those are the people that we should be relying on. I was glad to see Ahmad on the bench today because that's what we need, right? We need to have a squad of accountable players with nobody feeling like, and even somebody like Xerxes, Jay-Z. Xerxes looked sharp today when he came on. He looked sharp, and I don't mind seeing games where he comes on for Bremo or he comes on for Cunha, because as long as you're willing to step up basically and contribute to the team, because there's more to I think to play than scoring goals, and I want to watch Arsenal Chelsea, so I want to hop off now, but 3 points is good. I'm glad we got 3 points in the bag.
Yeah,
I still
big
think
up.
we're
One,
I still
one,
think we're on for the title race. But yeah,
I don't know about the title race,
never
but
change, Sean. Never
with,
change, Sean. Never change.
with 11 men, I was biting my nails. Look at my nails. I was biting them with
So
playing
was
against 10
ever.
men in the last 10 minutes. Every time Sa got the ball specifically. United plus Man UFC, can you get in touch with me on X? Message me on X. Because I don't know who you are, bro, but message me on X.
I think
I can't tell from your YouTube thing, but message me on X. But go ahead, Ben. In terms of the second half, did you think that Carrick made it was a good team talk?
yes.
United, what was the big difference for you in the second half?
Big difference was not well. He's definitely told the players to like not take too many touches, just pass and go, pass and go, pass and go. I think Sesko was a huge part of it as well. I think he was telling everyone in the changing rooms that Sesko obviously had the fewest touches in the first half, so everyone was like saying, "Boys, this is your number 9 here. Like, get him involved in the game." I thought Maz as well was a real help for Cunha, like overlapping as well, pushing up even further. Luke Shaw was always sitting deep, and it realistically like made Cunha's performance really, really bad when Shaw was playing because he was getting no service at all. Like there was just no one overlapping Cunha at all. But I think we just kept hold the ball, we kept hold the game, we controlled the tempo, we knew when to slow down, we knew when to speed things up, and the most important thing is when there was only like 2 or 3 in the box, we actually decided to like not play that ball into the box because we needed more bodies in there. So I liked how patient we were in the build up in the final third, but look, I think this game though as a whole, I will want one thing to put out as well is the fact that we need 2 fullbacks this summer. We must get to purchase 2 fullbacks this summer, a left back and a right back, because I think one of the biggest issues why we were playing so bad was the fullbacks, and yeah, I just think these fullbacks have it's been too long now. Dalot and Shaw have just been there for too many years. They need hoofed off, man. And like I said, I don't think Crystal Palace did anything in that second half at all. I don't think Lamons was tested much at all. Um, a lot of people are in the chat saying, what do you call it, about, Ben, cry more, cry more. Bruno Fernandes was outstanding today. It just shows he's the man, he's the king, he's the king. Look, I'm gonna give Bruno credit. I said it to you all the time. Like, I don't have an agenda against Bruno Fernandes. I just don't rate him. I've never rated him before, even before he came to United. Not like you prove me on to like him. I just don't like him as a footballer, like how he plays and stuff. But I'll give him credit today. I think him and Maguire, and maybe Mazarawi for me for man of the match. I thought Maguire was absolutely phenomenal today. And I thought Xerxes' cameo when he came on just shows that this kid is a professional like footballer, man. He's just such a lovely footballer to watch, man. And like I said, obviously he's not really too good in front of goal. He doesn't really he doesn't really create many he doesn't really he's not really a striker in a way, but like I just love how he plays the game, man. Like the fact he's just not a greedy footballer as well. He decides to pass instead of shoot, man. I like them sort of players, man. Like he's always thinking about team instead of himself, man. But I think Xerxes is just such a good professional, man. But I think that game as a whole, though, Nerdin, would you agree, is we definitely need a left back and a right back this summer. There's no excuse. Yes, the midfield. We need 3 midfielders. We need a centre back. We need an experienced striker and a left mid. But we have to get we cannot be going into the next season with a left back and a right back. Like with Shaw and Dallo, we just can't. We realistically can't. Even Malacia and Dorgu as well, man. But I think Dorgu's been playing well, but I just think we need more depth in that department, man. And it doesn't look like Malacia is going to be playing anytime soon. With obviously how Carrick's been treating them and stuff. But look, I'm glad we got the 3 points. I just hope Ineos know what their plan is realistically, and I still don't think Carrick's the guy for me. I just see too many small issues there, because before that red card, it was really, really concerning how we were playing. And I think partially one of the reasons why we played so bad in that first half was because we were just all over the show. We just so sloppy, and a lot of people are going to say it's all down to the players. Like that's the reason why it wasn't Carrick's system and it wasn't Carrick's that. Like, even a lot of people who Ruben Amorim out at the very beginning, they were like, "Oh, it's not the players, it's Ruben Amorim." But they're all the Ruben Amorim outers, like the early stages ones, they're all going to be in the players on that. But I just think it was down to the system. For me in that first half, we were just all over the show. Like everyone just wasn't doing their right, their correct roles, should we say, in the team. And the fact that Sesko only got 8 touches in that first half is embarrassing for number 9. Embarrassing. But but Carrick did well second half, so I got to give huge credit to Carrick. I said to Khalees and Schick Ariane in the first half that Crystal Palace are going to do a massive low block in the second half, and they did after they got that red card, and we shut them down, and we did really, really well. That was a phenomenal assist from Bruno Fernandes to Sesko. And yeah, really, really, I'm just glad we got the 3 points, man. But Carrick's not the guy, though. I'll repeat this again. Carrick's not the guy, and that's that. What do you think, Nerd? Do you think we need 2 full-backs this summer? Like, do you think we need a left back and a right back?
I've been saying it for a year. I've been saying it for a year. Manchester United need to sign 8 players this summer if they want to do anything in the next season. That's if we qualify for the Champions League. That's what Manchester United need to sign. We need 2. To me, I think we need 2 centre halves, because we've got 2 centre halves that are injury prone. Then we need 2 full-backs. Then we need 3 midfielders, a winger, and maybe a second striker if Sesko goes.
Yep,
that's me.
But according to some fans, Nerdin, they laughed at you for saying that you want 7 or 8 signings. According to some fans, and people want to keep Maguire, like, because he's an experienced guy. Like, what's this guy won? He's won nothing. Yes, experience can help you to some degree, but I'm sorry, we need to move him on. Like, Heaven's moving up in the rankings. Euro's moving up in the rankings. We've got De Ligt there. Like, bro, I'm not getting rid of De Ligt, man, even though he's injury prone right now. But I'm not getting rid of De Ligt before Maguire. Maguire's got to go first, man. I'm that guy. For me.
Yeah. Who was your player of the game? Who's your player of the game? People, get voting. I'm gonna ask who's your player of the game.
Bruno.
I think Bruno is in there for the assist and obviously for the penalty, and the goal was a pressured penalty, by the way.
Bruno or
Dean
Maguire
Henderson is quite good at saving penalties.
Is
Maguire, even though I thought at times, he was decent. Sesko, because that goal was a brilliant header. And who would be in the contention? Mazraoui. Maz.
What a guy,
Yeah,
man.
Maz.
I love that guy.
What about, do you think Casemiro played well?
He grew into it, but it wasn't. He only had like a 10-15 minute spell. That was it. Like the rest of the game, he wasn't great at all. Kobe as well, 10-15 minute period. But Cobbs was a wee bit poor today.
Yeah, he was really bad. That was his worst game
It was
since
worst
he's
game.
come back into the team.
Facts. Yep. But Ahmad looked really, really good when he came on. But Xerxes as well, bro. Like his cameo was just phenomenal, man. As soon as he came on, he's just such a professional guy, man. I absolutely love this guy, man, and I hope he doesn't leave, man, because I think whoever comes in as head coach or manager next season, I think we need to utilize Xerxes more, man. I could definitely see Xerxes being like a Joe Linton player, man. Like I just think if say Bruno leaves, yes, a lot of people are going to say Xerxes is not like Bruno, like they're two different profiles, man. But we need to utilize Xerxes more, man, because Xerxes' best game in the United shirt was against Newcastle away, and the harsh reality was he got injured that game, which is so depressing, man, because he was just everywhere in that pitch, man. So look, credit to Xerxes, credit to Bruno, credit to Sesko, credit to Maguire. Them boys were absolutely phenomenal today. And look, I don't wish anyone realistically anyone that obviously gets injured a lot, but I think Luke Shaw getting injured has really helped us for this next game, man, because are we really going to be trusting Luke Shaw to defend against Jacob Murphy or Elanga? No, I'm not trusting Luke Shaw at all, man. I think Maz would do a decent job at Newcastle for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Let me just update you. People, please like the video.
Come on,
Subscribe
man.
to the channel. We're not going to be live that long.
Come on, man.
Got to open our fast and everything. But yeah,
Pick up,
Bruno,
man.
people are voted for. Mass 40%, Bruno 50%, and 10% go to Sesko. Maguire didn't even get any votes.
Wow.
But yeah, Bruno at this moment in time. So people get voting. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. It's the least we deserve. Yeah, I mean, Luke Shaw, for me, I've been saying that he can't. I told people he can't go up and down. We need energetic, somebody who can get up and down.
I agree.
Up the pitch. I still think we need somebody who's a left-footed. I think Mazraoui should be the right back, and we need a proper left-footed player because he looks awkward when he's coming in on his left. International football is a lot slower. That's why he looked really good as a left back, because it's a lot slower. You got more time on the ball. In the Premier League, you're not going to get. You need somebody who can open up their body with their left foot and go there, or somebody who's two-footed like Dennis Irwin. But I don't make them like Dennis Irwin, the greatest left back in Premier League history. Take it to the bloody bank. Up the bloody Irish. But yeah, people, who else do you think played good today? I mean, it's hard because we didn't start the game well. And yeah, I want to go back to Euro. Euro, you need to stop. No, young players deserve a proper critique, Ben. They do. Yeah, they deserve proper critique. But what he needs to learn as a young defender, the most important thing is looking at the ball. Stop trying to have some WrestleMania with the other centre back. You're not even looking at the ball.
Yeah, he was like this.
Pushed you off. You're doing a 360. Why are you doing a 360 for? You've got to make sure the way that I coached young defenders was that you're in trouble if the attacking player can see your number. You've got to be able to see their number. You've got to be able to see them. They've got to be within touch distance. You've got to just keep an eye on the ball and like that. How you defend is like this. Yeah, say the defender is there. That's how you defend. Like that. Look, where's your eye? On the ball. On the ball. Then you get up and do that. You don't do this. You don't do that. You don't.
You don't.
You keep it there. You've got to go side on like that. Keeping an eye on the defender. Make sure you got a touch, a feel for him, a touch. You're in touch at this distance. And make sure you're level. You're not in front so he can see your number fully. Facts. If he can see your both numbers fully, you're in trouble. Because the ball goes over your head. See you later. So you've got to be able to defend like that. Not go and do a bloody 360. That's not a way to defend set pieces. There's too much wrestling in corners. Too much wrestling. That's why we conceded that because that guy, Luque guy, what's his name? I always forget his name. Somebody remind me.
Lacroix.
The reason why Lacroix scored is because by the time he's done a 360, he pushed him up and he's got a free header.
And a lot of people are getting on to Le Mans. Yes, Le Mans positionally was poor, but you know, you can't give a guy a set piece so much time to angle his header, angle his head.
Always
to go in
side on.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Ben, can you explain to them how you're amateur?
Yeah, I'm a fullback. Yeah,
right.
I'm a
explain to them, but explain to them how you are coached to defend corners.
Just what you've just showed there, like when you went around in the chair. That's exactly what you do. You don't turn your head away from the fucking ball. You keep an eye on the fucking ball, and you keep an eye on the corner of your eye where the player is moving. It's all about the movement. It's not about the physicality in your set piece. It's all about your fucking your movement, and also your obviously like your fucking, what do you call it? Your eyesight, basically, anyway. Because the thing is, what Rior just did completely wrong was once the ball went in, he just looked away. He looked away. You don't do that. That's why he was very confused, Norden, when he was wrestling Lacroix, or whatever we call him. He didn't know where the ball was. And that's why he was like this. Bro, you don't. I'm sorry, Norden. Like, I know he's developing as a player, but that is a Sunday league basic goal to give away, man. You can't let a defender have that much time to angle the fucking ball, to angle his fucking body, to have that much time to header the ball into the corner. You can't do that. And that's what I'm see. And like I said, we and I don't know what we've been doing on the training grounds, but what we've been doing, like for my wee team, is every time we make a mistake, like to lose our man, like we get, obviously we get punishments handed our way. We have to do like 10 or 15 press ups, man. So look, it's one of them ones, man. But I just think Euro just needs to do way better there, man. Because if that was one of our centre backs in our team, I'd be going absolutely ballistic at them. I'd be like saying, boys, how can you lose your man? Why are you not watching the fucking ball? It's crazy. Yes, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Big up to Midaz. That's the word I'm looking for. Working. But nah, just absolutely shocking from Euro, man. Shocking. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be sat here and say I'm fucking perfect footballer. I've lost my man in the box before. We've conceded a goal because it was my fault in the box, because partially was obviously I just lost him, or I was obviously out muscled. That was the issue. But realistically, one thing I never do in corners or free kicks or anything is I don't fucking look away from the ball. I do not do that, man. That's one thing you never do in fucking set pieces, man. And that's what Euro did. So look, Euro, fix up, bro.
Yeah, big up. Somebody always asks me, so I need to show him. Yeah, that's one of them, but it's more of a takeaway. It's more of a takeaway, bro. But the food there is banging. The food there is lovely. You should check that one out, right? But it's more of you can sit there or you can take it away, right? It's not a restaurant. It's more of a takeaway. This other place here, Baja Cafe. And sorry, this place, Ginger. Let me go to Ginger. This is also nice food. That's a nice food place. Yeah, Ginger Cafe. I'm going to check that one out as well.
What sort of food do they do in Somali, Nurden? Like, what sort of food is it like?
I'll have to show you. It's this food, my friend. It's that.
Oh, wow.
They do steak, they do fishes, they do all of that. All that you see there, that's what they do.
Lovely.
The green one here is green chili. A lot hotter. That red one is not as hot. But this is like lamb. That's properly fish. That's properly beef. Yeah. This is what they do, man. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is where you
Big
can
up,
go.
Man.
Get some scran. That's the rice. There you go. And they do sukar. This is called sukar. If you know, it's beef with and this anjero. That's the famous East African food, bread. Yeah.
Class.
And that's the fish. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's more sukar. But yeah. Anyway, sidetracked. He's always saying to me, I'm asking him earlier, and I have to show him.
What type of fish?
I hope you're happy about that, pal.
What type of fish do you
video for that?
What type of fish do you normally eat in Somali? Like, what type of fish do they normally eat?
Oh my God, they have so much different fish because we've got the highest coastline in East Africa.
Yeah, that's
much fish.
Crazy.
Wow. Everything, bro. Every type of fish.
Amazing.
Flying fish to tuna, big tuna fish.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they do all sorts, man. All sorts, people. But yeah, let's have a look at the game in terms of the stats today, Ben. Let's have a look at where we went right and where we went wrong. Obviously, it was a different game in the second half. I thought we brought more intensity, but the key stats are here. Bruno got given the best player of the game. Euro obviously conceded. Luke Shaw was woeful. I don't know why Diego Dalot's got 7.5. I don't know how that, because I counted 6 times he gave the ball away. I don't think Imbermo was that great either, genuinely. But Sesko, brilliant header. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Let me go to the stats. And I'm going to look at the first time stats. So let's have a look at the first time stats. The first half stats. Crystal Palace were the better team. You can see here. 4 shots. We had 1 shot. You know what I mean? Total shots. We had 6. They had 4. But they had the better possession. They were better in almost anything. They were honestly so much better. They bopped us around the football park. I'm not going to lie to you. They were the better team in that first half. We huffed and puffed.
That young kid, that young kid, what do you call him? The left back, the English kid, Mitchell. He was getting so much space.
Look defensively. Look, 4 tackles, 1, 3 interception, 2 blocks, 11 clearances. He made 3 saves in that first half. And they were just a lot better than Manchester United. Passes, look.
Wow.
Look, they were they were better. Look, 6 touches in the opposition box.
Yeah.
That tells you where we are. Look, that is Manchester United to 7, 9. They were better. They were better in that first half. They made the pitch way better, and they stretched the pitch in the first half. Second half, completely the flips. Second half, look at the dominance. Second half, we come out, boom, we got almost 65% possession of the ball. We've total control of the game. And look here.
Yeah, night and day. It's night and day.
Yeah. Still, defensively, they were better. But they had to make 16 clearances because we were pressing and we were pushing.
Pushing them, yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Look at that in the touches in the opposition box. But that's obviously going to happen, obviously, with the red card.
Yeah. But I think even before the red card came, we were a bit better team in the second half. We were pushing.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so, yeah.
1-0 Arsenal, boys. 1-0 Arsenal. Yep.
Who scored?
Saliba.
Oh, from the corner.
Saliba.
Yeah, from the corner. From the corner, yeah. It is, again, the bullying tactics. I swear to God, I've never known a team to win a league with set pieces.
Oh, that's crazy.
The Arsenal are the worst team in Premier League history for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to win the league.
Tactics are shocking.
I swear to God. I would never, as a United fan, ever win a league like that. People don't believe me. I swear to God, I wouldn't want to win a league like that. I would want to win league by attacking. That's how I would want to win league.
I just like to bring up as well, because I was watching the whole game on my TV. That I didn't, even my father, who's a Leeds fan, because he came around with my mother and father. They said, "Ben, why is it that And obviously he was so gutted yesterday because the Man City just nicked the win, so they did yesterday from Semenyo. But Leeds should have got a better result there. But look, my dad actually said to me saying, "Ben, wasn't the owner of Man United racist a few weeks ago calling out immigrants and that?" And I said
Yeah.
yes, and he says, "Wasn't there a protest a few weeks ago, a month ago?" I said yes. He says, "Why do I not hear any Glazer out chants or any outside chants anymore? Because Man United are winning." And that's why. And we're like I said, you didn't hear any Glazer out chants today. Everyone's just all forgotten about what Sir Jim Ratcliffe has said, and this is what's going to happen in the future, people. When it comes to dark times again, you know, these things are just going to be forgotten, and I will stand by that. In my opinion, I don't want to back away from this fucking fraud at our football club.
You know what? Big up to the United fans today who were at the Stretford end, who had a sign saying proudly colonised by immigrants. Big up to them.
Big up,
They had
man.
a
I didn't see
banner.
that now. I didn't see that now. I didn't see that now.
They had a banner, but obviously they didn't show it properly. But there
Of
was
course
a
it
banner.
didn't.
There was a banner in the stadium, so big up to them. For those United fans,
Yeah.
big up to them. I still don't like to use that word. I'm just saying that everybody's welcome to play and support Manchester United. That's what I would have left there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out, Jim. Get out.
Yeah.
Pay your taxes, Jim. I think I would have done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those people. It's one of those. I think, Ben, we're gonna call it a day, man. Honestly, that's why I'm done it early, because my mind is being, my heart is with the Iranian people. What's happening to them? How they're getting bombed? And the reason a lot of people are confused is because there are a lot of army bases in Dubai, and Dubai has a Zionist state. So Dubai, a lot of the stuff that Dubai is refueling, Israeli planes are refueling in Dubai.
Yes.
They got army bases, US and Israeli bases around there, and that's why Iran has launched what they did.
Same Bahrain.
Anyway,
same
yeah, Bahrain, yeah, free the people in Bahrain as well. But yeah, please, people, don't swallow the talking points of the CIA and Mossad.
Facts.
You will never catch me on here. No US, no Israeli ever cares about Iranian people. Don't let it get it twisted. Do not get it twisted, because Israel is a dictatorship. The US supports dictatorships all over the place and arms them. Yeah, go and read a book. Pick up a book, yeah, and read. That's what you guys need to do before you come out with all of that madness. But yeah, Ben, I'm happy with a win. Manchester United, fantastic win. Obviously, it's Ramadan as well. I wanted to get it done early.
Ramadan Mubarak, man.
Ramadan Mubarak to all my people worldwide. Love and light to all of you. I'm going to get prepared and open my fast and chill out for the rest of the evening. But yeah, people, I'm so happy that United won. First half was a disgrace. Second half, Carrick, I think, did his job. I didn't think it had to be a hard job, but I said it was the most important job of him as the interim, because Palace are a bogey team for United, and they've got a habit of getting a result in Manchester, whether it's against City or whether it's against United. And I'm just happy that the reason why that guy grabbed him, because it was a fantastic ball into Cunha, and he did affect the game.
Yes.
He did. But I thought before that, we were making chances. We came out straight away. And I thought Mbeumo could have gone down in that first half.
He could have, yes.
The way that challenge, boy, oh boy.
It was crazy, man.
Was lucky,
yeah, crazy.
But yeah, me, the likes of Ben have been asking for Masraoui to come into the team.
100%.
And I think he's a better right back than he's left back. But at least he's got energy to get up and down that pitch.
He's a phenomenal, brilliant footballer, man. And the fact he's on, he's fasting for Ramadan. It's amazing what he's doing, man. And do you know what? One thing I will shout out as well. Fuck the Leeds fans last night for criticizing Marmoush and the other player who was fasting. The whole stadium booing, and I'm like, who the fuck do you think you fucking are, man? Who the fuck do you think you are? Respect everyone's religion, respect everyone's views and all this shit. People think it's they can't do this. The Premier League's it's a Christian country and all that bullshit, man. Forget about that, man. Honestly, what's the Premier? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Just doesn't make any sense, man. I was absolutely baffled to see the amount of boos I heard at Ellen Road. It was absolutely shocking scenes. Even Said criticised it as well. Says that is a disgrace. Disgrace.
I mean, you take away all of the Muslim players from Premier League history. What have you got? Premier League's a lot more for it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, big
But
up.
then, but then, Ben, Leeds have not been in the Premier League for that long in the last
No.
25 years. So maybe we need to forgive them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, disgusting and violent. It shows you the level of Islamophobia in this country. Big up, we had a Victoria Central Mosque in Manchester. Somebody went in there with an axe and a knives and all of that kind of stuff. That was my mosque when I was growing up as a kid. That was right next to my college. And in Ramadan, people are doing what they're doing, but it is what it is. And then we got Britain's first fascist marching last Saturday throughout Manchester. And this country, and then you got in Gorton and in the Gorton area of Manchester, East Manchester, Reform had 10,000 people voting for them. And that just shows you where we are, the climate which we're in, man.
Wow.
But it is what it is, people.
I'm glad the green. I'm glad the.
Yeah,
the
green girl. She won. Yeah, big up to her.
I'm glad. Even though all of them they have their bad elements, but I'm glad they got that, man. Because fuck Reform, man. Fuck Labour. Fuck all of them, man. Yeah. Honestly. But yeah, look, big up everyone. First week of Lent, man.
How's that going, Ben?
Well, me and the missus have ditched the alcohol for a full month, so we're in our first end of the first week, and do you know what, man? When you don't drink, it actually feels fucking good, man. It does feel good. So yeah, we'll be having we'll be breaking our food here in the next hour or so. So yeah. Big up everyone. Ramadan Mubarak to all of them, and happy Lent to Ash Wednesday.
Can you explain what Lent is to people who don't know, Ben? Can you explain that?
Yes. So Lent is basically, it's a full month, just like Ramadan. I think is Ramadan one full month, isn't it? Yes. So, like I said, it's a bit like Ramadan. So basically, instead of, it's two different. So obviously, Ramadan you have to eat when obviously the sun when it goes dark, and then you have to eat again when obviously the sun goes up again. But for Lent, you have to like ditch like a few things for a full month. So for example, you can ditch, I don't want to eat sweets for a full month. I don't want to eat crisps for a full month. I don't want to drink fizzy drinks. I don't want to drink alcohol for a full month. So you have to like.
I don't want to smoke for a full month.
Yes. So you have to basically say something you do not want to do for a full month, like pay your and like it's
your good deeds.
Good deeds. Yes, for a full month. So
I mean, it's so fascinating, isn't it? How like it's a month, and it's always around the same time. Ramadan and Lent are always the same time. Is it only practiced by the Catholics, though? Is it only practiced?
Yes. Catholics, Roman Catholics. Some Christians do it as well, but
some Protestant Christians.
Yes. But it's more Church of England. That's the one, but it's majority Catholics. It's majority. Catholics,
people.
But,
There you go. Listen, let's see how many have we got. 100 likes. At one time we had 400 likes on the video. I know that we're live when there's big games going on, but it's a snooze fest, people. It's a snooze fest. Arsenal, Chelsea, it's a snooze fest. Ain't gonna lie to you, people. But let's see. Big up and congratulations to Bruno. The therapy I may have given Bruno for the assist and the penalty, pressure penalty. 50% people voted for that. Maguire got 12%. Sesko got 19. Mas got 19. Let's see if we got the 8 likes that we need. People, on your way out, just like the video. It costs you absolutely nothing.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's 5 more likes, people. 5 more likes, yeah. But yeah, in this crazy time in the world, people, we stand in total solidarity for any country that's getting bombed. And we stand in total solidarity against the people who are being oppressed around the world. And specifically by the state of Israel, the state that's not real, and the US and Trump. Whether it's a home or abroad, causing havoc around this world and instability everywhere. Solidarity and love all the East in West Asia. I'm not calling it Middle East. That's a colonial term, Middle East. There's no middle. There's no middle of the world. It's West Asia. And the Arab and Muslim countries. Every one of them has been taken out. Every one of them have had people being murdered. A lot of the people, may he rest in eternal peace. Those of you who are mourning the Khomeini. But for me, I think, that it is what it is in terms of what leaders are. and for the US and Israel to go and assassinate people's
It's
in
just
people's
shocking.
countries, to go and assassinate people's leaders, tells you everything that you need to know in the world that we're in. International law is a pretense,
Yeah.
and it breaks my heart. I saw loads of Nigerians who are getting sucked to this sectarianism. If anybody can tell you about sectarianism, Ben is sitting there. He can tell you of 800 years of manufactured sectarianism by the British Empire. It's an empire tools to create sectarianism, and they're aligning themselves. Any Africans who are ever going to align themselves, whether they're my place of birth or anywhere in the continent, you need to stop the fucking bootlicking and being slaves to imperialism, colonization, and genocides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just to comment on that, man, as well. Like, I mean, people are saying they're celebrating that the Iranian people and the people of the world are celebrating the supreme leader's dead for Iran, and like, you know, honestly, bro, the fact that they've killed the supreme leader, it's just gonna make things worse for this world, man, because this has nothing to do with peace. This has nothing to do with nuclear war. This has nothing to do any of that. This is to do with money. This is to do with fucking control. This is to do with I own the fucking world.
Yeah.
This
is to do the Epstein. This is everything to do with the Epstein.
Yes.
This is the Epstein. They want access to Iranian children. They want to be able to do whatever they want.
Blinded.
The Epstein. Yeah, the Epstein class want to do this. They want to do this, people. But yeah, big up and love Free Palestine, Congo, Sudan, Syria, Iraq,
all the children
Lebanon,
that passed away, man.
all of the people, yeah, and love to all the children, to the families of all
man.
the people that lost their children.
Crazy.
My heart breaks for them. My heart breaks for them
sad,
because
man.
bombs, the people who suffer when bombs start dropping, it's children, the most vulnerable people. So solidarity and love. I know what I'm talking about. Majority of you disagree. Go and read a book. Good night. Take care, people. Please smash a like on your way out.
When are you live again, Durden? When would you be next live? We need to do a preview for the Newcastle.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday night if you're around.
Fine. Yep, I'll be around.
Tuesday night. Nice one.
Good, man.
Love. Take care, people.